Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of Insights with Initech. We are very excited to tell you about how intelligent patent analytics can help you discover new opportunities in every market. Now, it is quite important for us to first talk about one of the most important aspects of any business, decision making. And then we'll talk about the tool that we are going to be presenting, patent landscape reports. We'll share with you our methodology. And lastly, we'll give a short presentation on one of our samples called liquefied petroleum gas. So let's start with why is it important to be aware of the technology around you? And why is it important to have a tool that helps you analyze technology faster than your competitors? First, in terms of strategy, it is very important to identify growth opportunities. Then, when it comes to innovation, you need to be able to adopt new technologies as they come around. And in competitiveness, well, you have to be able to stay ahead of your competitors to survive. To answer the question, why technology and market insight matters, you have to look at how it is produced. It all begins with data, scouting the market and spotting technology trends. Then comes analysis, uncovering the breakthroughs that will define your tomorrow. And finally, decision making. The moment you turn insight into a competitive advantage, this is where intelligence becomes action. Now, if you're working in the tech sector, what is the approved blueprint of technology? Every innovation starts with a blueprint. The patent is the blueprint for technology. The patent is a legal protection provided for groundbreaking ideas. But the real power lies in the patent landscape report, a deep analysis of the world's collective patent data, revealing where innovation is headed and how you can get there before your competitors. Before we move on, let's review the highlights of this section. What is the most critical move for any business? Making the right decision, of course. But decisions don't happen in the dark. They're built on reliable data, sharp analysis, and insights delivered on time. Now, what is the most trusted source for technology intelligence? As we discussed before, it is patent data. And when you unlock that data, you get more than facts. You get what is called a patent landscape report, which is your strategic guide to the future. Welcome to the second episode of Initech Insights. Let's talk about patent landscape reports. Patent landscape reports are useful for designing your IP strategy, R&D strategy, investment strategy, product development, and your marketing strategy because they provide you with top tier and reliable data that you can use to set everything that your business needs in the future and sometimes decide what you have to do in the current market. So what are the challenges for a traditional PLR production? On paper, producing a patent landscape report sounds straightforward. Collect the data, analyze it, and deliver insights. But in reality, it's a different story. You're dealing with massive volumes of patent data, thousands of documents, each packed with technical jargon, legal phrasing, and hidden signals. The process is painstakingly slow because every piece needs to be read, categorized, and verified. It's expensive, not just in money, but in opportunity cost, because the longer it takes, the slower your market response will be. And then there's the human factor. You need specialized experts who understand the technology sector, and well, those people aren't easy to find. Let's put that into perspective with our own experience. A typical report for us means digging into around 100 patents. That's not just skimming headlines, it's dissecting claims, comparing prior art, and mapping innovation patterns. We bring in 4 subject matter experts with their own lens: technology, IP law, market relevance, and R&D strategy. Even with that expertise, it takes an average of 6 weeks to get a complete, reliable report. And those weeks have a cost, around $24,000 in labor, plus around $2,000 in specialized tools and software. And the final tally, $26,000 for just one report. And that's assuming no changes, no surprises, and no scope creep. So why invest all that time and money? Because the payoff is strategic clarity. A PLR guides your IP strategy, telling you where to defend, where to license, and where to innovate. It helps you prioritize R&D, so resources go where they'll make the biggest impact. It supports investment decisions, showing which technologies are on the rise and which are losing momentum. And it informs product and marketing strategies, revealing what the competition is working on before it hits the market. Well, as we've seen, the traditional process is heavy, it's slow, it's costly, and it's resource hungry. So the real question becomes, is there a smarter, faster, more efficient way to gain the same or better results? The answer is yes, and that would be intelligent patent analytics. Welcome to our third episode of Initech Insights. Today we are going to be talking about intelligent patent analytics and our story with it. So, from 2018 to 2022, we were working on small scope projects when it came to landscape reporting. Now, by small scope, I mean we were analyzing from 100 to maximum 200 patent documents per project. And each project was taking us 6 weeks on average. So we would be doing around 2 projects per quarter. In 2023, after COVID, with the mass adoption of AI and introduction of machine learning models, our experts started working on a solution that would help us go from small scale projects to bigger scale projects, and also reduce the cost, not only in time, but in human resources. And right now in 2025, we have done and completed over 150 large-scale projects, meaning we are now capable of analyzing over 20,000 patents for one project alone. And we can do one project per week, which essentially means 12 projects per quarter. So what is our methodology? Here's how we transform raw patent data into clear, actionable insight. We start with data collection, pulling metadata from global patent databases. And this isn't just downloading files, it's structuring the information so it's ready for deep analysis. Next, we apply AI and machine learning, advanced algorithms that can scan for patterns, emerging trends, and competitive signals hidden in the data. But technology alone isn't enough, which is why we have expert review. Our specialists validate the findings, ensuring every insight is accurate, relevant, and business ready. Finally, we deliver it all through intelligent dashboards, interactive, visual, and built to let you explore the data in real time, which is backed by our detailed reports that can tell you the full story. When you bring it all together, the journey becomes clear. It begins with patent landscape reports, the foundation of our intelligence. Our methodology ensures those reports aren't just data dumps, but precision tools for strategy. And when we apply that process to a focused domain like liquefied petroleum gas technology, the result is insight that drives decisions. The final, most critical step in the chain. Because in the end, every great decision starts with great intelligence. So let's move on to liquefied petroleum gas technology. Welcome to our fourth episode of Initech Insights. Today we are going to be talking about liquefied petroleum gas, specifically our patent landscape report on this subject. When it comes to LPG, looking at the big picture, patent findings in this space have shown remarkable stability over more than a decade. From 2010 to 2022, annual filings stayed consistently strong, fluctuating between 500 and 650 patents. This is the signature of a mature innovation landscape, one where R&D activity is sustained year after year, not driven by short-lived trends. It tells us that companies here are committed to steady investment, refining existing technologies, while also pushing for incremental advances. When we break down the numbers by applicant, a clear leader emerges: UOP LLC, with 163 patents. Their dominance reflects deep expertise in chemical processing technologies. Following them, we see major players from energy, petrochemical, and automotive sectors. Companies like SABIC, Saudi Aramco, and Hyundai. The mix of industries here is telling. This isn't just about one niche. It's a cross-sector push involving material science, fuels, and industrial efficiency, all converging around the same technological frontier. Finally, when we look at the technology layer, one category dominates: F17C, which covers liquefied or compressed gas storage. With over 8,000 filings, most originating from China, it's clear that this is the epicenter of innovation. This level of activity points to massive investment in gas transport infrastructure and clean energy applications. Other subclasses like F25J for gas liquefaction and B63B for ship design reveal how these technologies extend into industrial transport, maritime engineering, and global supply chain efficiency. That's it for this insight. We'll see you with the next one. Contact us at any time.